Have you ever raced against the sunset, trying to finish something beautiful just in time for dinner? That was me, planting delicate heucheras in my parents' garden while the scent of a home-cooked meal drifted through the air. I set up the camera spontaneously, hoping to catch a glimpse of that quiet magic, hands in the soil, wind in my face, and the ticking clock pushing us forward. And guess what? We did it. Just in time. And the garden. It bloomed with joy. Those heucheras were once nestled in sturdy concrete containers along our east fence line, but today, they've found a new home. We emptied the pots, and with them went the pansies, off to Bethy's house, making room for something new. There's always something so satisfying about clearing space for the next season of life, isn't there? But let me tell you, as much as I wanted to dive into planting my vibrant annuals today, nature had other plans. With wind gusts pushing 35 miles per hour, I couldn't risk moving those fragile blooms from the cozy cocoon of our high tunnel. So, I pivoted, because gardening, like life, is about flexibility. Instead, we're planting shrubs, a couple of roses, and a few perennials. Sturdy souls that can handle a blustery day. Now, let me show you what we've got. 2 Boscobel David Austin roses, and there's a bit of a love story there. One of you actually sent them to us last year. I didn't get around to planting them then, but today they're finally going in, joining 3 others on the west side, a poetic little reunion of blooms. Next up, 14 El Niño catalpas. These are fascinating plants. I'll show you some we pruned weeks ago. Their old stems barely holding on, but they're already pushing out new growth. Even if they die back each winter, they bounce back with a vengeance come spring, shooting up with lush greenery and cascading fragrant blossoms. They're proof that resilience is breathtaking. We also have a Montana moss juniper, a low sprawling, textural beauty. I'll show you a mature one in the south garden. It's wide, soft, and unexpectedly sculptural, kind of like nature's own bonsai, but wild and free. It's one of those plants that quietly takes up space and adds grace year-round. We'll round things out with a couple of Biocovo hardy geraniums. Their cousins are already thriving under the weeping willow. These 2 will finish off the picture. Erin is mowing nearby, the high tunnel is full of color, and there's this electric feeling in the air, like the garden is waking up with its first cup of coffee. I just want to sit among the plants and soak it all in. But there's work to do. Shovel, auger, gloves, pruners, gear up. Let me show you how last year's Montana moss has matured. The one we planted near the dream garden. It's thriving. And it's so different from the one in the container, a living reminder that patience in the garden is always rewarded. Let's talk size. Officially, Montana moss grows 2 to 4 feet tall and spreads 3 to 5 feet. In our climate, try 10 feet wide. Junipers are native here, so they flourish. That difference is fascinating, and something to consider if you're planting in a different region. Back to the catalpas. Remember when we pruned them together? We left a few green stems just to see what would happen. Some pushed growth, most didn't. Today, we're taking them down to the ground. They'll shoot right back up, fast and furious. That's the wonder of new wood bloomers, the more you cut, the more they give. With pruning done, it's time to plant those roses. The space is ready, the soil is prepped, and my heart is full. There's something special about planting a rose. It's not just a flower, it's a future memory in bloom. The internal courtyard we built not only brought in natural light, but it became a living part of our story. Watching vines slowly stretch toward the windows, hearing the rustle of leaves in summer, it feels like nature itself is sharing space with us. Every choice we made, every compromise, now feels like a moment of quiet intention. We gave up a walk-in laundry, but gained the kind of openness that allows conversation to travel from the kitchen through the living room, all the way to the courtyard. It's like the house encourages connection. Upstairs, the retreat space became more than we imagined. When you step onto the rooftop terrace, it's like stepping into a hidden world above the city. It's private, serene, and still, surrounded by rooftops, yet somehow disconnected from the noise. The design of this home isn't showy, and it's not grand in scale. But it's honest. Every tile, every surface, tells a story. My father, a tiler by trade, left his mark here, quite literally. He laid every tile with the kind of care that can't be bought. I grew up watching him, learning from his hands. So, if you've got wind in your hair, dirt under your nails, and just a little bit of time before dinner, join me in making something beautiful. Because every plant you tuck into the earth today is a promise that tomorrow will